Welcome, all Toastmasters. We have no guests, but we have done well with this club growing. I want you all to help me solve a problem. This is a global problem, so it's a small. It's going to be based on this statement. We all like the easy path. We choose the easy path only because we've weighed all costs associated. And we differentiate the easy path between the difficult path because we know the difficult path is going to be more costly to us. Let's take for instance a plastic bottle of water. How easy is that? We go to the fridge, we grab it, it's chilled, it's filled, it's ready to go. It can't be more simple. When we're done with it, what do? Throw it in the trash can. I'm going to challenge you though. Is that the easy path? Have we weighed all costs associated with it? We've looked at the short term. That's easy. But have we looked at the long term? And the long term is where the whole plan falls apart. Because with the long term, we are doing much more damage than we think we are just by throwing it into the trash can. Do we take time to find a recycle bin? If we don't, do we carry it home with us and throw it in our weekly recycling? I am guilty of taking the destructive path too much. It is not the easy path. Is the easy path the shortest distance between 2 points? I'm going to say that the Donner Party would argue against that. So let's talk. We all know the cost of petroleum. So I don't have to iterate what that is. But did you know that to produce a bottle, can I borrow this bottle? To produce this bottle, you would have to fill this bottle with about this much oil to provide for the energy intensity that it requires to make this. Thank you. But doesn't recycling cost energy too? So critics against recycling, critics of recycling argue that recycling energy costs more, is more than the production of the bottle, which is absolutely rubbish. To produce a bottle in comparison to recycling a bottle, let me give you an example. If you took a ton of plastic and recycled it, you would save enough energy to power 6 small homes, which is about 6,000 kilowatt hours of energy for 1 year, 1 ton. If you recycled 1 pound of it, if you recycled 10 pounds of plastic, you would save enough energy for 1 gallon of gasoline. It's not much, but it's the little efforts that help. So what's the problem? The problem is that we are only recycling about 1/4 of what we're producing. The rest of it ends in the landfill. But in 20 years, won't we have alternative fuels where we're not relying on fossil fuels? Possibly, likely. We'll see what the cost is as we go forward. But what about the other factors? What about the pollution that it creates, both in the air that it was required to produce it, and both in the waste? Have we considered the landfill? The landfill, not only does it eke out chemicals into our drinking water, but we're also becoming landlocked on landfills. Does anybody remember the barge that traveled up and down the East Coast 20 or 30 years ago because nobody wanted the trash? It had found no home. I don't know what they did with that. But it's a real problem. Oh, also consider the job creation. They say you can create 6 to 10 times the amount of jobs with recycling than you can with just waste control. So what are some steps to take? There's all types of recycling. There's the plastic recycling. Your city may or may not have it. There's also battery recycling. How many of you, by show of hands, take your double A's and toss them in the trash can? Come on, come on. Okay, don't do that. It's not good. What do I do with it, Matt? You can save them. You can save them, put them in a battery recycling box, which I'm going to leave here. Please bring your batteries, throw them in there. Different companies recycle those. Fortunately, I'm with a company that takes action in that. We recycle fluorescents and we recycle batteries. So I'm going to challenge you to bring your batteries with you. Throw them in a Ziploc bag and just throw them in the drawer and just keep adding to them. That's my method. It seems to work. Bring those. Maybe you could set up a box at work as well. Battery recycling. If your work won't contribute, I will recycle those for you as well. Bring those with you. Join the program. Get with it. Find out how you can help in your neighborhood. There are recycling centers that reclaim yard waste. So shrubs, grass clippings, take that and they turn that into fill dirt. They take that and turn that into mulch. They take that and turn that into top quality gardening soil. Plano, where I do not live but has a close recycling center, will allow me to go and pick up half a yard or a yard of this great gardening soil. Pat, that's probably something you are interested in. So just keep that in mind as you go forward. What is the long-term cost? Is that the easy path? Thank you.